So, how are you? Are you also one of those people who fell asleep relatively well, but woke up in the middle of the night at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and from then on you just can't anymore, tossing and turning in bed, the pillow is uncomfortable, you can't fall back asleep, you think about a bunch of things, and when you realize it, the alarm has already gone off and the opportunity you had to rest is over? There are people who have this problem of waking up at night, and there are people who have difficulty falling asleep. They lie in bed and this happens right at bedtime. Why does this happen to so many people? There is a drink you can have at night before bed that can really help you improve the quality of your sleep. I will explain why this drink with scientifically proven ingredients can help you and how to make it. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss it. Before we start, I want to ask you, do you struggle more with falling asleep or with those awakenings where you can't get back to sleep? Write it for me down here in the comments. We know this happens to many people of different age groups, but it ends up becoming more common as we get older, right? After 40, 50, 60 years old, it gets harder for us to have a good night's sleep, a full 8 hours, right? In practice, this can happen for a few reasons. First, because the brain becomes much easier to be awakened by stimuli and noises as time goes by, right? Sometimes a little more heat, a little more cold, a slight urge to go to the bathroom, a little ache that we feel, even a mild reflux, a faster thought can cause us to wake up. Something that might have gone unnoticed at 20, at 30, at 60, it can be a thing that is enough to completely interrupt your sleep cycle. And there is a problem that also happens, which is the issue of the brain learning this behavior. It's as if it started to expect that time to wake up. That's why people say to me, Patricia, it's like clockwork every day. I wake up at 3 in the morning. It seems like my brain is programmed. And it really does happen, This phenomenon is known as hyperarousal or hypervigilance. The brain starts to understand that that time of the night deserves attention, which increases even more the chance of you starting to have this happen recurrently in the next few nights. So there is a drink with ingredients that are scientifically proven to be able to help a lot in improving the quality of your sleep. I'm going to explain a little bit more about this drink here so you can add it to your routine. This drink actually is based on a tea. It's not just a tea, but it is based on a tea. I like to make it with chamomile tea, with banana peel tea, add a little bit of cinnamon, and blend it with kiwi. I'm going to explain a little bit why each of these ingredients will help you improve your night's sleep. We already know that chamomile has this potential to relax, right? Although, because it has been so well known for so many years that grandma's tea, many people underestimate the power of chamomile, but it even has a pharmacological action, right? Similar to some anxiety medications. Obviously, in a mild, natural way, reaching similar pathways, but in different ways and with different potency, right? The apigenin naturally present in chamomile tea works by acting directly on the GABA-A receptors that are located in our brain. Anxiolytic medications bind to these receptors to slow down the brain. And apigenin, which is a flavonoid abundant in chamomile, does exactly the same thing. It binds to these GABA receptors in the brain, reducing neuronal hyperactivity. The difference, obviously, is the strength with which it manages to connect and that it obviously also isn't a medication, right? It won't cause dependency or that hangover feeling that many people who take sleeping pills feel the next day. Chamomile can also help you with this nighttime issue, improving sleep, because it has an antispasmodic effect, meaning it helps with physical relaxation. It doesn't just relax the mind. We know that chamomile relaxes thoughts, right? Relaxes the brain, but it also relaxes smooth muscle, especially in the digestive system. And many people can't sleep or wake up at night. Why? Because they have gastric tension, reflux, heavy digestion, and chamomile relieves these micro-physical tensions, promoting, a bit of comfort to improve that feeling of falling asleep and staying asleep. Research also reports that chamomile extract can help reduce circulating levels of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, at night. And this facilitates the transition to deep sleep phases, slow wave sleep, where the body's physical restoration actually occurs. Another ingredient that we will add to make the tea along with the chamomile is banana peel. I already have an entire video here on the channel talking about how to make banana peel tea. That video was a huge success because it helps with sleep, helps with weight loss, is an antioxidant, but I'll leave it down below if you want to know more details, more specifics. But I'll tell you in advance that banana peel is one of the greatest natural sources of tryptophan that we have. Of course, bananas also have a lot of tryptophan, but they have a lot of carbs, and many people avoid consuming bananas at night because of this issue of controlling blood sugar, weight loss, and everything else. So making tea from the banana peel is a great way for you to manage to extract plenty of tryptophan from this food through the peel with a negligible amount of carbs. Remember that tryptophan, in fact, will convert into serotonin, and serotonin will convert into melatonin in our body, which really signals our body, it's time to sleep, it's time to fall asleep, it's time to relax. So we really need this whole cascade, starting with tryptophan, which converts to serotonin and then into melatonin in order to effectively improve this entire issue. And another food that has plenty of tryptophan is the kiwi itself. People don't know much about this. Kiwi is even considered the sleep fruit by many people due to the large amount of tryptophan naturally present inside it. Besides that, kiwi is also a natural super antioxidant. We know that oxidative stress and low-grade chronic inflammation keep the nervous system in a state of alert, right? So since it's a fruit very rich in vitamin C and antioxidant compounds, it helps to reduce oxidative stress. And studies show that reducing cellular oxidative stress before going to bed helps the body enter the deeper sleep phase faster and stay stable throughout the night. So the combination of these three ingredients helps quite a lot. There is even a very interesting study, a well-known clinical trial, in which participants consumed 2 kiwis an hour before bedtime for 4 weeks, and it reduced sleep latency, that is, the time it takes for us to start falling asleep, by almost 35% and increased total sleep time by about 13%. So, scientifically, that's why kiwi is the sleep fruit. So how can we go about preparing this drink? We can first add the banana peel to the water to extract it by decoction. Then we let it boil for a while, and afterwards we turn off this tea, right? And then off the heat, we add the chamomile, let it steep, make the tea. And then you can blend it with the kiwi after it's lukewarm with some ice cubes, strain everything, blend it with the kiwi to drink it like a juice. I would also add cinnamon to this mixture because cinnamon, not only for the delicious flavor, which even helps to sweeten it, but its phenolic compounds with antioxidant activity offer some very interesting benefits. And there's also the issue of insulin sensitization and glucose metabolism. And we know how much improving glucose levels before bed also prevents micro-awakenings, helping you get into a deeper, more restorative sleep. I also have videos here on the channel talking about this. Tell me down below if there's any tea or drink you have to help you sleep. When you're having trouble falling asleep or have been waking up many times during the night, what do you usually do? Remember that I have a playlist here with many tips about sleep. I'll leave it down here in the description for you. Remember to leave a like on the video, it helps me a lot, and share it with anyone who needs this information. Let's grow this chain of kindness together. That's what I want with the channel. See you next time. Bye.